On April 3rd, Iran shot down a U.S. fighter jet. The pilot was located shortly after the crash, but it took 2 days for U.S. forces to find the second airman. Our Logan Riggenbach spoke to a former prisoner of war about what airmen potentially went through while he waited for recovery crews to arrive.
On Good Friday, a U.S. fighter jet was shot down by Iranian forces. One pilot was recovered shortly after the crash, but the second airman wasn't found for 2 days. For Jessica Lynch, a former Army private who was captured in Iraq in 2003, the story hit close to home.
So my emotions on that were all over the place. I mean, they've been like that, I guess, for the past week, hearing about it, and then of course, finding out that they were recovered. But in the very beginning, you think about all the things like, what I went through, what I was feeling, what my parents might have been feeling.
Lynch says the moment she heard the airmen were missing, her mind rewound to her own captivity.
You just hope that they were recovered, which thankfully they were. But yes, a lot of emotions kind of go back, and you just rewind everything that you went through and the possibilities of what they could potentially face.
While the airmen were not taken prisoner, Lynch says anyone in uniform faces the same fear the moment something goes wrong.
And I can guarantee that his heart was racing, and he was, just doing whatever he could to do to stay alive.
Both airmen were ultimately recovered safely. Lynch credits advances in military technology and the men and women working behind the scenes for making that possible.
Technology has improved over the past, 20 years, even 5 years. So very, very thankful that they did have those tracking devices, and our men and women could track them, follow them, and get them to safely.
For Lynch, the safe recovery of both airmen is a reminder of how far the military has come and how much is still at stake every time a service member puts on the uniform. Reporting from Parkersburg, I'm Logan Riggenbaugh for WTAP News. This is Home.